Why are questions that sound so simple often the toughest to answer? What are your strengths and your weaknesses is an interview question that falls into this category. It may not be the most complex question, but interviewers will read a lot into your answer, and there are some important red flags to avoid. What are your strengths and weaknesses is a very common question in a job interview. For example, 50% of graduate recruiters say they use strength-based recruitment processes, which focuses on this very question. Even if they're worded a little differently, strengths and weaknesses interview questions are at the heart of many interviews. They're well worth preparing for, so in this video, we'll show you how to do just that. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more career advice. What are your strengths? The interviewer wants to analyse what you can bring to the role and how you present yourself. That means the strengths that you describe should relate to something important in the job description. It could be technical or industry-specific skills, soft skills like problem solving, adaptability, and time management, or personality traits like professionalism, ambition, and enthusiasm. The strengths that you talk about need to be backed up with real-life examples from your employment history, your education, or even extracurricular activities. Remember, show, don't tell. You can use the STAR method to explain times when you've shown off your strengths. It stands for situation, task, action, result. In other words, prove your strengths. Briefly describe the situation, what the task required, and then the action you took and the result. Here's an example to describe adaptability. Situation. A report was due the next morning, but some crucial data came back late the night before. Task. The regular analysts were unavailable, but the report needed updating. Action. Although it fell outside of the scope of my usual responsibilities, I worked an extra 2 hours to update the report. Then, checked it again early the next morning with fresh eyes before submitting it to our client. Result. The client received the report on time and completed to a high standard. They appreciated the quick turnaround and were very pleased with the end result. The common trap you could fall into with this question is disguising a strength as a weakness by saying things like, "I work too much," or "I'm a perfectionist." This is known as humble bragging, and it usually backfires because it's seen as insincere. In a study, 77% of answers to this question in interviews were considered humble brags, and interviewers were less likely to hire these candidates compared to the 23% describing real weaknesses. But don't describe big weaknesses that could be a deal breaker, like, "I struggle with time management." You're trying to show that you're a strong candidate after all. Interviewers are looking for self-awareness and your willingness to learn or improve, so pick a relatable but an honest weakness. Then describe how you're working to overcome it. You can use the STAR method again for this. For example, situation. I get nervous presenting to large groups. Task. I was recently invited to speak at a national conference for industry professionals. Action. I started attending public speaking classes to learn presentation techniques and how to channel my nervous energy constructively. The result. I presented to 200 people at the conference. I was still nervous, but I'm getting better at hiding it on stage, and my colleagues were impressed with my presentation. So, that's how to answer strengths and weaknesses interview questions. Thanks for watching our video. If you found it useful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to PurpleCV's YouTube channel and click that notification bell.